say we're good.
As I've mentioned, you have one of my absolute favorite tones on the planet.
Likewise.
You are my number one favorite diva.
Yes.
Good morrow, sir.
Good morrow. Good sir.
Welcome to the Throga channel. I don't know what accent that is, but I'm running out of ideas of how to start a video.
Yeah, that's how medieval people talk.
I have no... Yeah, I have
Hair.
no way to segue. You know who does have hair?
Ooh,
Our guest today. He has fantastic hair. Beautiful
lovely
segue.
hair.
See, it all works out. It always does. Today, we have a special guest. We have Cesa De La Rosa, if I'm saying that with a bit of a Spanish accent.
very sexy. Very sexy.
Very, when I say it in particular. He is joining us today. We're very excited about this. He's a friend of ours. And
Good friend.
I'm just going to say this out front. He has one of the best vocal tones on the planet.
I do love his vocal tone.
I'm just throwing that out there. I'm
It's so smooth. It's so emotional.
It's incredible. It's so identifiable. So a lot of times when he's from VoicePlay, by the way, for those of you who don't know, a lot of times when you have singers in the mix with other singers, they can kind of get lost, their tones, things like that. You cannot lose Cesar in any mix whatsoever. His tone is so identifiable, and
Or
it's
in any
so
crowd,
resonant.
because he's also a character too. He's like
He's amazing.
He's awesome.
He's amazing. So I am super excited to have him here today. But first, we are going to react to one of their more recent videos. It's from a band I absolutely love, and it's the first time we've reacted to any song from this band.
Striper. He loves Striper.
To hell with the devil. My early teens. Hey, they were a good band, okay? Just
They were.
they were fantastic musicians.
Yep.
Not so much my vibe these days. However, Metallica. It's our first Metallica cover we're responding to.
Oh, awesome.
Nothing Else Matters. I'm assuming they have taken a complete original spin on the song. So I'm excited to do this. Let's jump in.
Let's jump in. And before we jump in, make sure you guys hit like and subscribe and ring that bell. Should I show off the new toy that I got?
Yeah.
From the Thromly fans? I've been lacking a bell to ring, so they bought me a gong.
All right, let's jump in to Nothing Else Matters.
Better,
Geoff.
Geoff.
No G nuts in this one.
Nice dynamics. Nice arrangement.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters.
Quick pause. I could listen to this entire song without the leads, just their arrangements and dynamics and how they interpreted the bass line and the picked guitar lines was just incredibly fascinating in and of itself.
Yeah, and they did more on top of that even. Yeah. It's a simple chord progression like no, so it's E minor, D, and C. And what they did within that range of limited chords, I mean, that was pretty incredible.
Yeah, really beautifully done. And of course we could also listen to Geoff just do the bass line and anybody singing on top, and it's going to be intriguing because his range is always captivating. Where did he go there?
He went. Well, the lowest note was an E. I think he went to, let's see, 3, 2, maybe an E1.
So, down here.
Oh, we got the return of Geoff face.
The return of the Geoff cap. Yeah, it's not this E.
No, Geoff face.
No, the Geoff face.
He doesn't look like that, but we look like that trying to imitate him.
All right, here we go.
Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, ooh, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view. Oh, and nothing else matters.
They are packing so much in just a simple verse. I'm going to back this up a little bit. First of all, when Eli came in with J Nunn, it's like it had like this breathy tone. That was kind of unexpected. It's just that combination was cool. Because Layne's keeping it really simple with the percussion at this point. But that combination of voices, J Nunn's got like that soulful, kind of just R&B soulful thing, and then Eli's got crazy range and blends. But I haven't heard that combination of tone together. It was super cool.
And then, like you said, I could definitely hear Cesar's voice coming through too. It has that identifiable.
Always
tone. Yeah.
Mind for a different view. Oh, and nothing else matters. Never cared for what they do.
Oh, nice choice.
Never cared for what they know. But I know.
Okay, so J Nunn had that really breathy thing there.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. And nothing else matters.
Oh, there it is.
Never cared for what they do. Never cared for what they know. But I know. Never opened myself this way.
Oh, love it.
Life is ours, we live it our way.
All these words I don't just say.
Ooh,
And
that's correct.
nothing else matters. And nothing else. Trust I see and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view.
That's great.
And nothing else matters.
I'm going back. Sorry, I have to watch this again.
Yeah, go back to that one. They did like this cool chord change, which is different than the original. That great choice.
That was after Geoff. He did the low E again, right? And then
It was after Cesar's solo, which was wonderful, by the way.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Just got such a great pop sensibility.
Eli's, I haven't heard his grit before, so we're pretty limited in what we've seen in VoicePlay, right? So, I mean, he's adding in these really cool distortions on top, so that's really exciting. Simple sounds, like everything all the way around is really clean here.
Never opened myself this way.
Love it.
So
Life
smooth.
is ours, we live it our way.
All these words I don't just say.
Yeah, go to that A minor there.
Yeah.
Else matters.
Little edge.
Trust
Cesar on top.
and I find in you.
want to hear that drum fill Layne just did.
Never cared for what they know, but I know.
So cool.
Yeah, they got taking out time there too.
Woo! Wait, what?
Nothing else.
Those sounds are incredible.
I
Those drum
apologize
sets.
for stopping it as often as I am, but let's listen to that again. Wasn't expecting the violin, so that was super cool. Was that like drop? Was that Geoff? Was he doing like some like off the piano insane low note in that one?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know what's happening. There's so much to unpack here. We can't do this in one video.
Nice. That's cool.
Nothing else.
I don't know what that is.
That was cool.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are.
Nice.
And nothing else matters.
That's amazing.
Twister Crest. I'm gonna let these roll.
Okay.
So they're patrons. These guys.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that like for me it goes beyond just like the typical making it your own. I mean, it's they're not just like putting their stylistic twist on it. They're like sort of playing with the song itself, putting in extra measures here. They're making these brand new melodies within this framework. It's like brand new melodies that are all harmonized. It's not somebody just like riffing. They're like they're putting the stuff together.
That's why I
like,
enjoy
deliberately.
the Symphony in Metallica concerts so much, because they're reimagining this song. It's like these 4-chord songs, everything's in E, right? And then like, okay, well, what could the brass do here? What could the strings do here? They're taking that song and filtering it through a different set of instruments, and that's exactly what they did. So, okay, here's these instruments, these vocal instruments, and then threw in a violin and everything else. Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to bring Cesar in. So without further ado, Cesar!
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello!
What is
Good
up?
morrow to you both. Hi, thanks so much for inviting me. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Richard.
Hi. Oh, wait, high
Hi,
five.
everybody.
High five.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
weird. That's skill.
How long has it been?
I think the last
Pre-pandemic.
was it the 360 retreat, the 360 adult retreat in New York. I think was the
That
last time I
was-
saw you.
That was like fall of 2017, 18.
I've seen Richard more recently, but Richard has also been a long time. So I'm so happy to see you both here.
Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us.
Of
So
course.
can we just start with that song that we just watched? Because you were in the background, you saw us react. I knew you were there listening to us.
I was so jamming with you guys. Like, I was like, so y'all know, obviously from VoicePlay, we do one large scale project each month, like Nothing Else Matters, and then we do 3 minis. But we're basically working every month and we're on the next one. So, to get a chance to go back is so awesome. And there's a part where, like, I got goosebumps. I was like, I love us.
That's a pretty magical
should.
thing. Yeah, that doesn't happen often. As anybody that's an artist or anybody that does anything creative, it's like by the time you get done with your creative endeavor and you've written the song, recorded the song, mixed the song, and then listened to it a billion times, it's like you're
over it.
Over it, yeah. So the fact that you still like it says a lot. That's awesome.
Oh, I loved it, and it was cool to come back to it. This is a good. It was a good selection. So props to Richard for picking it.
Well, I couldn't help myself when I saw they do a Metallica song. We must. The arrangements, is that typically Geoff, Layne, for like how things are laid out?
Geoff, Layne, Ellie. It's really contingent on who heads the project, which is wild because usually the person who arranges it is also responsible for the concept and the costuming. Like you can see it actually if you go on the YouTube, if you were to click directly to the YouTube link and watch it, you can see like the credits. Geoff did and I had to double check because they do change every month, but this was all Geoff. Geoff arranged all of this and the concept. Layne did the video editing. Sorry. It's funny because this was also almost the video that never was, because I feel like, tackling Metallica, I remember in the conversations, it was kind of like difficult in a way of trying to find a way for it to work because it is 4 chords, as you were mentioning it, how to make it work. But Geoff is a genius. He's a piano daddy, just like you. Just like you both, in the sense that you can use the keys to like find other other melodies and expand on it. Right. But yeah, you're right. I feel like we made it. We kind of made it like our own, like if it was like an own original concept, and I love it, and it was just so cool to hear it again.
It doesn't feel like a cover. It feels like it was conceived in your minds, which is pretty difficult to do, especially when you take a song that's like so iconic from the 90s. I mean, it's one of
the classic songs.
Yeah. In this case, if Geoff comes to you and say, does he say, here's your part, like it's laid out on a piano? Or do you
so usually when he arranges it, or any of them arrange it, the arranger is responsible for the demo vocals as well. So he sings all the parts.
Oh, wow.
And then sends it to us. Usually sometimes the bass can be just a MIDI piano, because especially if he's arranging it, because he's like, I know what I'm going to sound like, Right. But for the other vocals, he records the vocals as well, and sends it to us, and then we're responsible, obviously, for recording it on our own, and then there's multiple drafts that we do before we get to the final.
Which is crazy that somebody that sings that low can arrange all those various parts. But as we saw in another video, his range is pretty unbelievable.
Daddy's got range. He can sing high too. It's
Daddy.
By the way, they're all my dads. By the way, Layne is Poppy, Geoff is Dad, and Ellie is Poppy Daddy, and all of the above. So.
Which, by the way, too few people.
Is Jay Nunn the stepdad since he's like comes
Who?
in? Does Jay Nunn the stepdad then? Because
Jay Nunn's the stepbrother. I think we're the babies.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, your bald sibling is named Ellie.
Ellie, thank you.
Ellie.
Saying it wrong. Thank you.
I used to do that before when I first met them. I was saying Geoff or Geoff. Because
the hard G.
The spelling of Geoff is Geoff, and then I said Eli, and then it took me a bit. So
Ellie,
obviously.
Okay. His vocal flexibility, tonal flexibility, is killer.
He's a vocal wizard.
Yeah, the grit edge that when he went breathy, and of course he's known for his range, obviously, and then the dynamic between him and Geoff is just epic.
Yeah, and he loves to sing, and I know that message means something special to y'all, because y'all are educators in voice, and you know how important it is to love what you do. But he loves to sing. He loves to record those parts. He gets filled with so much pride. He when he shows us how he does it, he's like expresses himself and leans back to hit those notes, and like, you know, he loves it, and he's a wizard in my opinion. So it's really cool to be with such great company with the guys who arrange it, and you know their voices. Yeah, I'm
incredible.
a lucky gal.
Lucky gal with all your poppies and your daddies.
All the poppies and daddies. Yeah.
By the way, real quick, not too few people refer to me as Piano Daddy, so I feel like that should change.
Get a
that
shirt.
Should change starting
you need a
now.
shirt. Start merch. Piano Daddy. Let me say this too. You I understand the Geoff face reference, but I think you kind of could be a sibling for Geoff. So I want you to try to get a wig like his and try to do the Geoff face, because I was watching from the background and I was like, you do have a Geoff face. You kind of like be siblings.
You know, in that case, we need to have Geoff on to see if you could tell them apart.
Yeah, please. Actually, both of you get wigs. Get that same wig, the same Geoff style wig.
I used to have the hair once upon a time.
Yeah, you did.
Like that, yeah.
Awesome. Well, so Cesar, I invited you on, obviously, because you're in VoicePlay and we're excited to have you, but I also wanted to get your opinion of which song we should react to and react together. So, what song would you like to react to with us?
I think we should go back to the very beginning. The very
good place to
start.
Yeah, very good place to start. I think we should watch We're Good, which was before I was fully in VoicePlay. But in the meantime, while Richard looks for this information, let me give y'all, viewers, some tidbit info. I've known these guys for years. We've had a wonderful history together. Many, many years ago, I was looking for a vocal teacher, and I was Googling online, and I found a place that said Richard Fink IV, two-time...
That's me.
That's you, two-time Guinness Record holder for longest sustained note, and already such a long history of people that he's worked with. He was providing a scholarship at the time, which I got. And we met online, and you know, Richard helped launch and level up my vocal ability and interest. And he also he had numerous retreats for students, for young kids and adults alike, that I've been so lucky to be a part of. And now he has a wonderful vocal program that is accessible online for homeschool students and adults as well, including the vocal gym. And, you know, but it's really cool that the world is so small.
It's really incredible. And I want to make it very clear, I take zero credit for Cesar's skill as a singer. So, I mean, your tone, your skill sets, you cultivated that for years before we connected. So, you know, we worked on vocal health, strengthening the voice for sustainability, things like that, maybe crafting some of your artistry. But I just want to make it clear, I never take credit for someone else's work. You've spent your life building that instrument, and it is one of my absolute favorites. So
thank you.
Always,
and it's been wonderful working together. Yes, Richard has always been integral into my vocal health. And,
I appreciate that.
Bye. Have a good day, everybody.
So that was Cesar. Sorry, I took you off for a second.
On top of listening to this other song, I was hoping we could like jam some Chicago tunes because he's got that shirt on. So we could be like, oh, so many good tunes.
So many.
I love Chicago.
Have you guys done any?
Yeah, we actually performed with Chicago this last year. At the end of the year,
awesome.
For 2 nights. It was Chicago and Friends. It was us, Robin Thicke, Judith Hill, Chris Daughtry. But
awesome.
I think this was coincidental.
Johnny's written with Daughtry.
Heck yeah! Oh my gosh.
Yeah, their song "Heavy As the Crown." I wrote that song.
Yes.
Wrote that song.
The fun full circle about this all, about you picking Nothing Else Matters and me wearing this Chicago shirt, is that Nothing Else Matters was the video that Chicago saw that made them go, we need VoicePlay to perform with us for our special.
Awesome.
So we had a really cool segment by the bonfire with the musicians. It started a cappella. We got a chance to arrange it on our own, and then the musicians would come in like in the middle of the song. So we started with Wishing You Were Here. You know that song? Wishing You Were Here.
Yes.
And then we did and then we did Happy Man. We did If You Leave Me Now. And
which is one of my favorite songs of all time.
My favorite song. Oh my God.
Ooh, now, baby, please don't go. Yeah.
Sing, baby.
Oh, so good.
But it's really cool though. That one we had really good intricacies, and I think that was a Geoff arrangement. Geoff,
can we do
Layne,
that one?
and Ellie. Yeah, Geoff, Layne, and Ellie arranged. They split the workload of the 4 songs, and they arranged it. He was with
I
us
love how
too,
I asked your permission. I love how.
Can we please piano daddy?
I'm the piano daddy here. I'm the one that.
Yeah, right. Is the video that we're gonna watch? But
I got it.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say is lastly is thank you for sharing the Patreons and their names. You know, they are the reason why we get to do what we do and get to dedicate so much energy and time, you know, and talent into it.
Well, we're not as cool as you guys. We don't have Patreons, but our super thanks to pay for a gong. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show me your
Get
gong.
Patreons. I'm just kidding. The reason why I picked this was the very first video I did with VoicePlay. One of the local bands in Orlando that I get to sing at Disney with, etc. They were doing some promo videos. We did Natasha Benningfield's Unwritten, and Layne found me that way. And he's like, "Who's this handsome man who's eating the camera and singing and rapping really good?"
I haven't seen any interviews or seen Layne speak yet, but I'm imagining that's exactly
that's his tone. Who is this? Who is this wonderful? He sounds like he's from New Orleans. No, I'm kidding. But he invited me to this, and I was super nervous and super excited. I got to record with him. It also showcases my tone and like the sassiness. It you know that awesome. I have that y'all know me for. So and I also get to sing a little bit of Spanish. It's really cool to watch this and see where I've come from. So this is why I wanted to show it, and it's a super fun song. So
very good. And who is this on screen right now? Adriana?
So this is Adriana. Yeah, Adriana Arellano. Okay. She has done numerous videos with VoicePlay. She actually did one this past year. We did Like a Jingle by Rock, a la Mean Girls. I think one of the funnest ones that we actually did together was by Olivia Rodrigo, and we combined it with Hayley Williams, which is really, really cool.
Ooh,
but this is where it started. She is a veteran at this point. I'm a little baby with a fan, and 3 other boys singing We're Good. So enjoy.
By the way, one of my favorite covers I've seen you do in person was from Hayley, Paramore's Only Exception.
Only Exception.
Only Exception.
Oh, that's right, Johnny.
I backed him up on that.
I was going to say, Piano Daddy was there.
I was Guitar Daddy for that one.
All right, here we go. Let's check this out.
Okay.
I'm on an island, even when you're close.
Your hair's so short.
Can't take the silence, oh no. I'll rather be alone. I think it's pretty plain and simple. We gave it all we could. It's time I wave goodbye from the window and end this like we should and say we're good. We're not meant to be, that's never gonna change.
I will say this. As I've mentioned, you have one of my absolute favorite tones on the planet.
Likewise.
You are my number one favorite diva.
Yes! I wear that with pride.
Oh, I love it.
We gave it all we could. It's time I wave goodbye from the window and end this like we should and say we're good. We're not meant to be, that's never gonna change.
Beautiful.
So let's at least agree to go our separate ways.
Not gonna judge you on your way to somebody else, long as you swear you won't be pissed when I do it myself. Let's end this like we should and say we're good. Say we're good, yeah. No hay que esconderlo. Veos que otro amor. Esto no será una carga si no guardamos rencor.
Pretty plain and simple.
It's a high B there. That's pretty damn good.
It's time to wave goodbye from my window and end this like we.
So that high B is great, but it's the consistency of tone in chest voice into head voice that Cesar has that is much more rare among singers. Usually it's they're in head voice, now I have this sound, right? It's just heads like that.
Right.
they flip into their bow wizards tone, and they
Come on,
lose
Mickey
like
Mouse.
and they lose.
If you only had like a 5-note range, that would still be enough for me because it's such a good tone. It's just so toned. It's so infectious. But the fact that you're nailing those high B's, just like chest voice.
I would say she's got a beautiful tone too.
I love her voice. She reminds me a lot of Utada Hikaru from this Japanese singer. She's the one who sang the "When You Walk Away" from Kingdom Hearts, and she just has a very beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I have all my respect and props for her, and she loves to do it too. She was there like.
Well, how can you? You can't be in a group, not just called VoicePlay, and not love it, but I mean just the harmonies, being able to identify the layers and sing and adapt and the dynamics. You have to love this, or you're just not gonna be able to execute it.
It's not gonna lock if there's no love. If there's no love, there's no lock. If there's no love, there's no lock. Sorry.
We should wear good. We're not meant to be. That's never gonna change. No. So let's at least agree to go our separate ways. Not gonna judge you when you win. Somebody else, long as you swear you won't be pissed when I do it myself. Let's end it like we should and say we're against me. I knew you would hold this against me like I knew you would hold this against me. I knew you would. Oh, I tried my
What a
best
breakdown.
to make this easy. Don't give me that look. Just say we're
cool.
good. We're not meant to be. That's never gonna change. Whoa. So let's at least agree to go our separate ways. Not
So
gonna
good.
judge you when you win. Somebody else, long as you swear you won't be pissed when I do it myself. Let's end it like we shouldn't say we're. Like we shouldn't say we're. End it like we shouldn't say we're good.
Yeah.
With the band.
Best to make this easy. Don't give me that look. Just say
I love that D tune there.
that's never gonna change. Whoa. So let's at least agree.
Nice.
It's just always such a cool thing to see a group that's like comprised.
I keep kicking him off the screen.
It's always so cool when Cesar turns into a spider web.
What were you saying?
What I was saying was it's a really fascinating and a cool thing to see, like a group that's comprised of like stars, like all like they're all like stars in their own right, and then they can come together and like put their egos aside and just like mesh as well as you guys do. That's so cool.
You're all making space for each other's instruments, which is really what all a cappella groups should do, and they don't always execute, or they did really lean on just one feature. Like we've talked about Geoff a lot in the past, because obviously it's such a identifiable, impressive range, and now you're telling us that he does the arrangements for a lot of these songs to set himself into the right place to serve the song and not take over anything is really cool, and you all seem to have that understanding.
Yeah, I think you win when you realize that it's better when you consider every vocalist as an element that you can use to create something greater than just a one specific voice. And for him and all the other, arrangers in the group to be able to do that it really helps us. It's really what allows us to be as successful as, we are when it comes to retaining people's attention with the covers that we do.
In that you keep changing the formula, right? It's not just this person is always the verse, this person is always the high note, this person is always... It feels like you're kind of discovering the group every song.
They have developed that for so many years. When they did the sing off, that is a thing that they had to do weekly. They had to arrange those songs, and they do it obviously, many years after that into their own projects. But when they talk about the songs, they do bounce it off each other, and they provide even from day one. Even once I became a member, they let me, they allowed me a seat at the table to provide any input, to, be part of the approvals, just because it helps really cultivate the best, solution for what the arrangement is going to be and how we're going to, make the video. So,
yeah, real quick, I just wanted to just make a shout out to the drum sounds, or like some of my favorite drum sounds are,
so
what's his
good.
name again?
Layne, yeah.
That's Layne, okay.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
There was one video that we
They're so
did.
realistic.
It was a mini. We did a Halo with a guy named Scott. He used to be a former member. He's now like an actor. He was in Friday Night Lights, etc., and all these things.
Okay.
But he's a really good vocal percussionist too. And I remember a funny story. I had a session with Layne for that Halo video, but he was recording him prior, so he was there when I came in, and they were still talking like but in vocal percussion language. So they were like, "Oh, why don't we?" And I'm very bad at vocal percussion, so this is the funny part. But they were like, "Oh, why don't we go to?" And then he's like, "No, I think it should be like like just this weird alien Halo language." But he is, brilliant with the. With the drum fills and his sound, it's crazy, and they're all genius too. They're all geniuses in their craft and like their arrangement ability. And you saw Layne, for example, Nothing Else Matters. He plays the violin as well.
Yeah, that was.
It's funny. I think we made shirts that said a cappella. It's better with instruments. Because, people were saying... Because I know one of the comments was like, oh, that doesn't count, or something like that. And we're like, acapella, it's better than... Yeah, acapella, right. It's better with instruments.
But, it's one of the things that separates you from pure acapella groups. Not to take anything away from that craft either, but it's like, you do you. Take your strengths and your skill sets and make something unique. So I think that's awesome.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I just want to say, I know, for example, you wanted to hear like the instrumental version or like the karaoke version of Nothing Else Matters. Kind of like you heard a snippet of it in the credits. Patreons get that ability of listening to like the karaoke, like the tracks without the lead.
Oh, vocals. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a really
is
cool
that
feature.
Typical? You guys do that for a lot of the songs?
Yeah, for all the songs, for a lot of the songs. That's just one of the things. I know that we have a large group of support just for the videos by themselves. So shout out to the Patreons. And also, awesome. I have to say, Throga is something that I deeply believe in. So if you're listening to me and you're looking for something that, has a lot of structure, that's backed up with a lot of science, but, by people who really know what they're talking about and has a lot of success, make sure you check out Throga and Vocal Gym.
I'm sending your Venmo right now.
Richard and Johnny didn't even ask for this. This is something I purely believe in. Every time Richard asks me to do something associated with Throga, I'm like, I am there, because it's something that I believe in, and if y'all
appreciate that,
please give it a chance. I promise you will believe in it too.
Thank you everybody for joining us again. Thank you, Cesar, for being here today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also be sure to check out the description below with links to VoicePlay and Patreon. Right? I'm sure you have a separate link for that. We'll include that so you can all join that as well. I'm going to be Patreonist. Is that a term? I'm going to be a Patreonist for VoicePlayist. So, anyway, on that note, we will see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
The fan.
Yes.
The fan.
Oh, I love it. I love you, Cesar.
Bye,
everyone.
Bye, guys.